So are you already an insurance agent but want to really escalate and get in that top 1% of producers? In this video, we're going to talk about that. Insurance agents are a dime a dozen. When I was reinventing my career, I used to look down on insurance agents, and it took me a long time to really accept that this was going to be my new career. And so many people go into this business with so many expectations and plans, yet they fail. But there's some that come in and they are on fire. They're killing it. They are making 6 figures, 7 figures, and really fast. So what makes up the difference? Why are they successful and other people doing supposedly the same thing are not successful? Why do some struggle and why do some just have massive success? Number one, it takes a change of mindset. And so especially if you're going from a job where you've gotten paid to do something, or an hourly wage or salary, you have to change from the employee mindset and become an entrepreneur. You have to be a boss. You have to own your own business and act like it every single day, not just 8 hours a day, but 24 hours a day. And so what does that mean? First of all, the mindset that nobody's gonna do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. You have to be willing to invest in yourself and in your business, and be willing to do what you have to do, no matter what it takes, whether it's investing your time resource or investing your money resource into your success. So number 2 is be willing to do the inner work. Okay, so a lot of people think that success is an outside job, but I'm here to tell you that it's really an inside job, and especially with sales. So sales is just a transfer of energy. So it's not sometimes like what you say, or if you have all the right strategies, or even the right products sometimes, but it's really about how you show up, the energy. How trustable are you? How credible are you? And that takes really doing that inner work and being fully aligned. One of the things that I had to pick up is I realized you can't be stressed out, you can't be in a hurry, you can't give off that nervous energy when you're trying to get someone to trust you enough to be able to follow you from point A to point B, especially when you're trying to sell an insurance plan, which is something that really requires a lot of trust to be able to, communicate the values of the plan and why this person should trust you. And so being the person, how you show up, and the being more than the doing is actually what really is going to take you farther, and what's really worked for me. Even I've had to pick up a meditation practice. I haven't always been so great about it, but I even practice between clients on the phone. I close my eyes, I take a deep breath, and I breathe out one client's name and I breathe in another client's name. And it sounds kind of cheesy, but that's what allows me to become super present in the moment. And I bet that my clients feel that. In fact, I know that they feel that because they tell me. So number 3 is be obsessed. One of my favorite virtual mentors, Grant Cardone, says, be obsessed or be average. I love this, and I've always taken it with me since day one in this business. Master your craft. I knew nothing about health insurance and nothing about insurance in general. I didn't even know what a deductible was. And I had insurance before, and I even had children with insurance, and I still didn't know what a deductible was when I started this. I had a lot to learn, and I knew that I needed to get obsessed with learning every single thing that I possibly could, not only about my product, but also about the competition, about my industry, and about what my clients really needed and wanted, and what were their fears, and what's their background, what's their experience with insurance, what's their experience with healthcare in general. And that has really, really helped me a ton. And a lot of people, they don't take the time to really learn. And it's just becoming a nerd, geeking out on the stuff, and if you love it enough, their passion's just gonna shine through. One of the things I also recommend, and I think this is critical, is if possible, try to have the product that you're selling yourself. So for me, before I ever sold one of our insurance plans to a client, I actually bought the policy myself. I read it front page to back page. I knew everything about it. And as I used the plan, as I used the coverage, as I went through the process that my clients would have to go through, I then share those tips and I share what I've learned with my clients. It comes from a very aligned place when I actually have what I'm selling. Number 4 is build relationships. So the thing about sales is that your number one job, and I always keep this like front of mind, my number one job in a commission-only sales position is new business, right? And so the thing is that we have to really make sure, because sometimes the new business and the new application and the new client, the new referral, that can take over and we can become very driven and kind of ambitious and let that cloud the bigger picture of what we're really here to do, which is really to be able to serve, okay? And take the time with people, build relationships. Don't try to one call close people. That's something that I realized after about a year of doing this, that I really didn't need to do that, because if I did my job, if I properly qualified a client, if I took my time to really explain everything, then if I had to set up a follow-up call to actually close the deal, that wasn't such a bad thing. I should have it on that follow-up call so they will close, and I already know because I've already done my job, and now I've just given them the information where if they have follow-up questions, they're sure of what they're buying. I have very few cancellations. My book of business is so solid, and I've actually been able to build a residual book of business in less than 3 years, which a lot of people have. It takes them a lot longer to do that, and that's because of the relationships that I've built, not only with your clients, but also with other people in the community. So any referral partners, try to give them, I think of them all the time. I say, gosh, let me try to help them. What could they do? Can I send them an article that might help them, in their networking? Think of a conversation you've had with them in the past and just try to be thoughtful, just like you would treat your spouse, right? You've got to nurture the garden, you got to water the garden for it to grow. It's the same thing with all the relationships in your business, and you never know who's going to send you a client that sends you 10 more clients, and that's just how it works. But you've got to really, really give before you ask. And number 5, service-based selling. Okay, so this can be a little bit confusing because in commission only, we've got to sell, and so we need the new client, right? But service-based selling, that basically means, how can I serve this person? How can I take them from A to B, and in that process, make their lives a little bit better? Whether it's by selling them this insurance product that they're gonna be able to keep till they're 65 and go to all the doctors and the hospitals that they want access to for their family, or whether it's just giving them some advice if I'm not able to sell them a product. Service-based selling, and it all leads to more. So like, what I love about my company, that the company that I'm appointed with, is that they have a mission statement that I love. It's called Helping Other People Every Day, Hope. I even named my dog after our mission statement, so I remember to do it. But helping other people every day, it sounds kind of cheesy, right? But it's not, because I know that even if I don't sell a policy that day, if I've helped someone else, then my day is a success. So in closing, with these 5 tips that I've shared on really how to get into that 1%, the common denominator, I would say, is look at this as a long-term game. This isn't a short-term game. This isn't a wham bam, thank you ma'am. It's not another app, another transaction. People are not transactions, okay? They require relationships. It's a long-term game. And so when you go into it that way, everything that you do and everything that you don't do with your clients in your business is going to be aligned with that, right? This is a long-term game. I'm not going anywhere. I'm building something that's real. I'm leaving an impact. So I hope this video was helpful in your journey to the top 1% of the insurance game. If you found this video helpful, please share or tag someone who you know is in the business or who's interested in the business, and also comment and like the video. And if you're interested in possibly becoming an insurance agent, reach out to me at alexandracontos.com.